running. And here's what is bringing this call all about. I have been getting literally calls from quite a few individuals here over the last couple of weeks. And what's happening out there is there's quite a few individuals that have come into Rain International and don't know what to do next. And unfortunately, their sponsors or their uplines are about as confused as anybody can be out there. And these are people that have come in at all different levels. And, of course, word's gotten out that I'm always here to help in order to help you guys move forward. So with that, I decided to go ahead, and I've been working with my own group and another small group. It's okay, I'm going to go ahead and open up and kind of discuss what to do out of friends. And I'm going to be opening up at least twice a week. I haven't quite figured it out. It's probably like Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'm going to have an open line to where anybody that's in Rain International, if they need assistance, I'm going to make myself available for the group. I don't care what group or line you're in. Quite a few of you that are on this call today, and those who be listening to the recording, you're out there. The bottom line is the coffee is changing things radically, and things are going to move fast. And out of everything we've done in the past, and I've been in with Rain International for 3 years now, it's been a steady build. I got a good group of people that have stayed with me, but the growth has not been exponential by any stretch of the imagination. And holding people in or getting people excited and trying to get them to understand what the Rain technology is all about it has been it's been a challenge for all of us. Those of you who've been around, you know that's there. The coffee has changed things. We are finding right now, and through the promotions and my ads, is people going, yeah, I drink coffee. I like to learn more, or I didn't know that the coffee I was drinking was bad for me. And so, yeah, I want to hear what you have to say. And I know Stephanie is a case in point. If you guys haven't followed, she did a show, had coffee, got paid some great tips from what I understand on her show, and it attracted people to her, and she had said, out of all the exhibits she's had, this is the busiest she's ever been, in the contacts out there, because people are always looking for healthy ways to do things. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and move forward here. What we have before us right now, and I just changed the screen. I want to make sure you guys can see it. Can you see that? Okay. Yep, okay, good. All right, so what we have right now is we have the ability to really generate some serious income and get in front of a lot of individuals. But what I'm hearing out there is people just don't have the friends or the contacts, or they don't know what to share next with somebody. So, it's all about let's do this. As you can see here on my to-do list, let's make some more money. It's bottom line. Now, I'm going to be talking about marketing today and the cost of marketing and how to move forward with it. And I think this picture here, I had this post last year, and this is something if you are serious about your business opportunity, you really want to make this a real business opportunity, and you want to put some serious money in your pocket on a week-to-week basis, and have this longevity for a year to year, it constantly requires to promote. You never stop promoting. But you've got to have the tools in place in order to do your promoting. If you're just handing out business cards, or if you're trying to tell people your story all at one time, you're shooting yourself in the foot. Now, there's a few groups out there that have meetings where you can invite people to a meeting, and that's all done for you. As you guys develop your own centers or your own local events and have meetings, this is the best way to build your business, is to have a group of individuals where you can bring people in. I personally am very much involved in building on the internet and doing internet marketing. That's how I make my primary income, is through marketing, through Facebook advertising and selling, a wide variety of different products and services out there, along with promoting Rain and some other issues out here. But every day I'm doing something to promote my business to attract people to me. It's promote. And every day I'm talking to people about Rain and the offer. What I personally noticed, now that people are looking at coffee, I now have people asking me for coffee samples, and they're trying it out, and I've got a few very interested parties out there that are looking to come in here that are going to be serious. Here's the difference. there's a lot of noise and static out there. There's a lot of people doing business, and there's some great companies out there. So we got to make sure that we're different. We're out there promoting, and the people we are talking to, if they're interested in trying to make an income, or if they're interested in trying to build a business, they're being barraged by a lot of other individuals out there. And in today's economy, people are definitely looking for ways to make a difference, and to find a way to put some extra money in their pocket and to get some freedom. To finally find a way to get some additional income out there, and they are out there. The difference is everybody else is out there, cookies, there's thousands and thousands of cookies out there, and what we do is just like the cookie store. If we don't promote. Now, here's the difference, and I want to take a look at this, and this is all in marketing out there. We have the guys selling $12.99 a dozen cookies, and they're waiting for customers to come in. You take a look at the other store there, and you can see that hundreds of people can't wait to get in to buy the cookies. But take a look at the difference. And first off, cookies, homemade organic cookies. There's something of added value. There's a difference. People are attracted to that difference. As we take a look at the Rain story and also on how we market, we have something that's different, but we have to have that little catch. That's why your elevator speech, as they say out there, that quick story that catches their attention, the headline in your emails, the headlines on your ads are important. What's the difference? Well, cookies and homemade organic cookies, which one are you naturally attracted to? The next thing is you've got to have an irresistible offer in what you are doing. And the irresistible offer, in this case, is a free sample. So in promotions and ads, we can offer a free sample. And here's something to think about. With the Rain today, with the coffee, with the Fuse, it is very inexpensive right now to offer somebody a free cup of coffee. Let's face it. A packet of Fuse is basically 80 cents. If we can hand it to them, pour it, and give it to them right there and have them taste it and like it, and you have a box handy, you can go ahead and promote that box and get them into it. And that opens up the conversation about the seed technology. Because when people have this, one of the things I think is important is I always let people, number one, this is not an instant coffee. This is a micronized coffee. So, and you put that into your vocabulary, micronized. Write that down. It's infused. So when you talk to somebody, say, I have a micronized coffee, and it's organic, and it's healthy. And people are seeing some amazing changes because we've included the seed technology into this coffee, and the health benefits are just out of this world. See, and then somebody says, wow, would you like to try a cup? It's absolutely amazing. See, so there's my irresistible offer. And that can also be expounded upon advertising, promotions, emails, or campaigns along that line. And the next thing is you've got to have the call to action. And on the storefront there, it says, come on in. Come on in. So as you are starting to think about your business, and there's a wide variety of different things, I'm going to go over a few plans today, but you guys sit down and think about your business. Think about what you are, why you're doing it. The fact of the matter is, I know myself, I came out of retirement to go back and start doing this full time. And Rain products, the products sold, I saw some amazing things happen with people that I promoted the product to, people that bought it, and I had some amazing stories. And in all my years of marketing, I've never been able to put a product in somebody's hands and have them see such benefits that quickly. And I've had other products that have been as good, or I've had benefits, and we've had the testimonials, but Rain just seems to really work faster. And so it was the seed technology. Then the Core came out, and there's some amazing benefits with Core, and then we got our new form out there, and now we got the coffee. The game changer on this is the fact that the coffee is something that most people drink on a day-to-day basis. And people are becoming more and more aware of the necessity to start making changes in their lifestyle and to start becoming healthier. And the other thing to think about here, people want to be healthier because we can't afford the medical anymore. I know my personal, not to get political on this, but I just know on my insurance costs over the last few years have gone up and gone up and gone up. And and now what it used to cost me a few dollars, it's now costing me $20, $30. To go see a specialist costs me $50. So at my age, I'm definitely vested. I'm trying to stay away from that doctor. So I've made some radical changes in my life in order to stay healthier, longer, and have more vitality. Well, we are starting to see all that. So we have things that will catch people's attention. And so as you start thinking about what you're doing, think about what is your added value. What are you adding when you're approaching somebody? And everybody's hearing blah, 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 get rich, make more money, make $1,000 a week, blah, 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 blah. Or this is the best drink, this is the best powder, this is the best pill, this is the best tablet, and you're going to lose weight, or you're going to feel better, or you're going to get rid of pain. Well, they hear that all the time. But if you talk about, we have changing technology, seed technology, that is giving the body the nutrition that it really needs, and we're the first of its kind to offer it, that kind of makes it just a little bit different. So, think about how you approach that. And then, what is your irresistible offer? How are you going to get them to take a look at what you're doing? An irresistible offer is real simple. You could be a product in hand, make them drink it, a special offer where they can get a discount on a package deal, which is what I'm big on, and then you got to have the call to action, to come on in. So, I have a sample. Why don't you go ahead and try this today? When you give somebody a sample, go ahead and try this now. Dr. Weeks is a good one for that. He'll give away a sample, but he makes people rip it open and drink it right in front of them. And then he'll ask them what they like best about what they had, and he explains the benefits of what they have. And then he'll put a box of Soul in their hand and say, hey, you need to get this and use it. I had one of my reps went through when she bought her package, when she came in with her 10 boxes of Soul, she sold them all out in the first day. She gave people a sample and then handed the box in the hand. And she was really smart because she took the sample out of their box. So, it was interesting what she did. So, she had a plan of action and moved her product out within the first few days that she had it there. So think about what you're doing when you're contacting people, and understand we are the CEOs of our company. We have something. Rain has not even begun to hit the precipice of growing, getting into the exponential growth yet. So we have this first mover advantage, and now with the coffee, it even gives us more because very few people have heard what we have to offer. So sit down, added value, irresistible offer, call to action. Figure out what is my added value, what makes me different, whatever your plan is. What is my offer? What am I going to offer them to take a look? And it could be a free product, a discount product, or you could offer them the opportunity to take a look at something, and then the call to action. When are they going to do it? Are they going to drink it now? Are they going to drink it at 4 o'clock? Ask me, when I give somebody a sample and I put products in their hands, I ask them, when are you going to have a chance to try that? Good. I'll give you a call. Make sure you do that at 4, and I'll call you at 4:30. Or in my case with coffee now, one of the things I'm doing is when I give somebody a cup of coffee or give them a sample, I give them one of my web pages to go to, and I'll say, Tom, here's what I want you to do. Go home, boil some water, take this fuse packet, put the micronized coffee in the bottom of your cup, pour the water into it, stir it in, add a little bit of cream, whatever you want, and watch this video while you're drinking this delicious cup of coffee and making yourself healthier at the same time. Will you do that for me? And so a lot of times people, yeah, okay. Then bingo. Okay, when are you going to do that? 6 o'clock? It's be okay. I'll give you a call at 7 o'clock. I would love to get your input on what you like about what you saw and your input on what you liked about our coffee. And then you get them to sit down and do it. That's a cause of action. Now, the next thing is mindset. The Elite Fast Track package is a game changer for building a serious business. One of the things with a lot of people in my group, people that I associate with, I have people that I know that have been very successful in this network marketing industry, and they have built some strong organizations, or they are currently marketing programs where they're making 500 or 1,000. There are programs every day. There are people that I know in this industry that are selling $5,000 and $10,000 programs on a steady basis, day after day after day, and making $4,000 or $5,000 on a daily basis. Now they have a system, they have a sales staff, and they and they know how to plug in that system in order to do it. Well, it's a business. Right now, with the Fast Track, we make very good income, and now's the time. If you are a business, if you're in a business, you can't just run the business without having some type of investment in it. If you just expect to hand out free samples all day long and not have to do anything, or not have to go to a show or anything along that line, then you're really deceiving yourself. You now have the ability to make some serious income. So as this business, like any other business, it's just like, I ran a retail electronics establishment for almost 10 years. And I run a couple other retail businesses. And I had in my operating budgets of running that building, I had an advertising budget to bring people in order to bring more people in. And the ads never cost me any money. And it looks like we lost the connection. Hang on. Try this. Stop. Start. Okay, what are you guys seeing now?
Cookies.
Cookies.
Oops. Oh, geez. Elite Fast Track 1000 CV first order bonus 500.
Good.
Yes.
All right, so we're back on track again. All right, good. All right, let me just let me everybody back out and continue with the show.
You are now muted.
All right, look it, guys. Here's the thing. We are the Fast Track. Right off the bat, it's 1,000 CV to bring somebody in. Now, look, it's a $2,500 program. If you are providing, it gets back again. If we are sharing with people and showing them the value, we have something different. People are going to invest $2,500 without thinking twice. But we better have something that's going to help move them forward. Now, some of you are familiar with the Founders Program. They sold quite a few Founders Program because there was value in it, not only in the product itself, but also in the training, the J, and the special incentives and the special bonus, things like that. People saw the value and they came in on that Founders package. So, there are people out there. Here's the beauty of the system, is with $500 on the first order, it now behooves you to sit down and start to lay out a budget of some kind. And I really mean this. You need to lay out a budget of how you are going to market your business. And there's a lot of different ways to do that, and we're going to go over this in a little bit. But you need to set aside, there's a certain X number of dollars you need to run your business. I'll give you my own personal notes on this. On an average, for running all my little enterprises total, I probably spend anywhere from $800 to $1,000 a month right now. And I'm a small potato in a big field that are out there, people that do business online. But I also know I spend this money. I know what I get back in return. And here's my bottom line. My return on investment is not one of the things that I am paying for. It's actually costing me money. Because everything I do, everything I promote, and the tools and things along that line are all giving me back returns. I know that if I invest on a Facebook ad, let's say I run $100 in Facebook ads, I'm going to get back at least $100 plus, or I'm going to get that back in leads or a wide variety of things because it's in my marketplace. In the past, especially with Rain, when you're looking at $20 or $40 to get that return was much more difficult. But now there's a $500 investment. So look at. If you focus in and offer people the $2,500 package, and if you are showing them value and added value, and we'll be doing more training on how you can do this, believe me, there is real value in coming in at this level. And if you have the marketing plans and the tools in place, which we have, then people will buy it. One of the biggest mistakes most people think, and I know some of you, because I've talked to you a lot, and a lot of you are saying, I can't afford to do this. Or people can't afford to do this. That's the most common thing I have. And you guys have heard me mention this before. You have a business mindset and you have a consumer mindset. A consumer mindset either says, A, I can't afford this, or people I know can't afford this, or there's a ton of excuses, and the world's made of excuses. Yeah, well, what happened is the system shut my phone off.
Hmm.
Yeah. I love a
So
challenge.
you were excuses, excuses, excuses. I know that's.
I know. Hey, I love a challenge. We just keep plugging away. You can tell nothing stops me when I'm determined to get something done.
Well, I know that about you, Dwight. Believe me.
Yeah. Okay,
bet.
so you guys, are you seeing the Elite Fast Track still?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And then let me change the page. Okay, so now I'm back onto the Fast Track B. You seeing that?
No.
It's what?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
There you go.
Okay. That's it. All right, so now we're back to Elite Fast Track on that.
Correct.
Okay. So let's go ahead and mute it out, and we'll keep moving forward.
They're just there.
You know, the
Press
good news
ahead.
is those that get the recording, I can edit most of the stuff out. So they're going to get a much cleaner presentation. So they're going to go understand, why is it so choppy?
It is what it is.
I know. All right. So we still got a good group here. Okay, I'm going to mute everybody out. Again, if it comes back in, don't hesitate to send the chat, unless it dies on me. Okay. Anyways.
You are now muted.
All right, look, here's what I was trying to get at on this, is that you need to sit down and I would highly recommend, if you're serious about the business, you really need to set aside a budget. And part of that budget is going to be whatever tools you need, your business cards you need, and then if you're doing shows, the tables and banners and things are all part of that. And then also the whatever other tools or leads or advertising or anything else that you decide to do, you need to start looking at that. What's interesting with this, if you focus in on the $2,500 package, and that is what you offer, that is what you present, and don't be afraid of it. That's the biggest thing, because I know people are going, well, I've seen people in the past do this. They have a $2,500 program, and somebody says, well, how much is it? And they go, well, it's $2,500, but, and so you have that hesitation. Or you can say, look, to get started on this, you need the inventory, you need the tools, you're going to need, you're going to have the product in order to sell and promote. So you really need to start with about $2,500 to start with in order to have the products on hand, and here's why. And you guys will later on hear how I justify the here's why. Because you stop and think about it, and case in point, so far, like in the coffee, for instance, everybody that has presented coffee in a group has wound up selling boxes out of their personal inventory and putting it in people's hands, and they walk out the door. And so now they have the coffee, and hopefully when they've done that, they also have additional information so they can start learning about the seed technology. So once people understand that, they will find a way, if they really are excited about building a business and they want to do the change, and if you show them how they can get to that track. And I mean, I've had a couple of reps just recently call me that have started working one of the programs with me, and they're excited. They're actually talking to people for the first time. So if you're shooting for that, so somebody says, hey, right now $2,500 is tight on my budget. I understand. It is for a lot of people. What I normally will say to them is, how short are you? So, well, I got $1,200 on my credit card. Great. Let's go over to the gold. You still make $250. If they can't do the gold, they go down to the bronze. It's $150. There are benefits to each one of those. This call's not meant there, but you guys should know what the benefit is on the elite, the gold, and the bronze, because they have the product, and you will be able to share with them how they're going to move that product out, not only for their personal use, but how they're going to move it out in order to promote their business. You can't open a cookie store without buying the ingredients to make the cookies. You can't buy a box of Oreos and put them on the shelf and expect to sell them. So we're in the same business. This is the business mindset. You take a look at your issues, you solve your problem, and you move forward with that. So here's what you're looking at. I'm going to ask you guys a question. If you make an investment in promote, and let's say you're making $500, and your return gets back you $500, you guys in the chat line, how many would do that deal? Come on, type in there. Yep. You guys are business people. Very good. Vic, no. All right, think about this. Actually, I do it all day long with this business. Because here's the issue. If I spend $500 and I make $500 on a new business partner who made the $2,500 investment, first off, he's in for 6 months, so I'm already in profit. Remember, there's 100 CV every month for 6 months when they come in at that program. So you're already making an extra $50 to $100 just by having that person in there. But what about the two people that they bring in? Remember, most of us get a first order bonus on the new person that comes in. There's money there. That could be, all depending on what level you're at, that could be an extra couple $100 per new person. So if I bring somebody in $400, that actually could make me an extra in the next 30 to 60 days, an extra, $400 to $1,000, an extra $400, $500. So now here's the question: if I invest $500 and make $1,000, how many of you do that? Don't be shy. Great. Now, how many $500? If I told you you're going to spend $500 and you would make $1,000, how many? And I was selling blocks of 1 to 10. How many blocks would you guys want to buy? Tammy, all of them. All right. So 10 of those is $5,000, and you got to have it within the next 24 hours. How many of you can get their $5,000 within the next 24 hours? Okay. If there were 10 blocks of $500 apiece, that's $5,000. And the next day you're going to make $5,000. So you're going to have $10,000 the next day. But you have 24 hours to raise $5,000 to buy the 10 blocks. How many of you would find that $5,000? All right. Good. Look at guys, here's the thing, is you would do everything in the world to go get that money. Because look, if you can double your money the next day, you would find somebody or do a business partner, call somebody up. If it was me, I would give Stephanie a call. Hey, Stephanie, let's get $5,000 to make it 20 and split the difference. I have the deal, you have the money, let's put it together. See, that's the business mindset. What I'm trying to get across here on this particular scenario is that if you know, and the way you know is, you start small and you build up. But once you find the scaling, you do whatever's necessary to scale up and move forward. But you start solving the problem as a business partner, as a business-minded individual. If you look at the cost, and that's all you're focused in on, versus what your return's going to be, then it becomes very hard to move forward. And we're in a business that's all about mindset. And the mindset is if you want to do this as a business. Now, if this is a hobby, or this is a social event, or if this is something that you're kind of doing, you want to just make a little money and you want to share, it's not a serious business for you, that's fine. The company is made of that. But if you guys and on this really want to make this happen, then you got it. And you've heard me say this before, and you've heard other ladies say this before. You've got to treat this like a business. The way you treat it like a business, you lay out a budget and you move forward with it, and do it accordingly. So, what I'm looking at here, and what we're going to be talking about, really, in most cases, on the advertising and promotions that I'm looking at and what you need, basically you're going to spend $100 to make $500. And that becomes extremely affordable. So, here's the question, guys. If you have a fixed expense of $100 a month, and you knew it would make you $500 a month, but it kept growing and doubling month after month after month, how many would you make that $100 investment into your business? Yeah, it's a no-brainer. See, I'm getting you to think more like a business person right now, because that's exactly right. So that's why it's important when we talk about the tools or we talk about moving forward, it's really important to say, look, I need these tools in order to build my business. The other key to this is, though, is you've got to take action when you have the tools. It doesn't do any good to have leads or to go on Facebook and to promote a page and then never pick up the phone to call that person and just hope that it goes out. What it involves is you put together an action, and then you stick to that plan, you work the plan, you get your results. If the results aren't what you want, you make the adjustments and you keep moving forward. And it's kind of just like this call. The call hasn't been working 100%, but has it stopped me? No. We keep plugging away, and you guys have been patient enough to go through it. But it hasn't upset me at all that this call has not been working the way I wanted to, because I know where I want to head. I know I can get the message out. And if it didn't work today, you know what? I can do it again tomorrow because I know where I'm headed. Well, you guys start thinking along that same route. So take a look at this. Is that this is what you really need to do. Now, with that in mind, now I've got you in the business mindset, which I would recommend all you do is start to sit down and start thinking about how you're going to market and where you're going to go. And there's a lot of different ways to do that. I'm going to go over a few of them here in just a minute. But let's go back to the cookie store. We are business owners. We own a cookie store, except it's called Rain International. We're organic, and we have a way to invite people. So we are in competition with all the other Rain people that are out there. I'm in competition with you on a day-to-day basis. I am looking for people to get to them first before you do. And you want to be doing exactly the same thing. Competition is healthy. And I have personally lost people to other distributors who come in because that person didn't identify with me for some reason, and they identify with somebody else. I've had people that I've talked to that come with me because they identify with me and they didn't identify with that person. That is the nature of business. If you think about car dealerships, go to any major city and you'll see car dealers stacked on top of each other, all in the same area. Why is that? Because it brings customers into that base, and then it actually is a benefit to all of them. They all win. Now, obviously, they want their biggest piece of the pie. In order to win, you guys want to get your big piece of the pie, too. What do you have to do? What does a car dealership do that's in a mall that brings people in? He tries to find that competitive edge. He may have a special. He may have balloons hanging from the street. He may be running TV ads. He may be running some type of contest or free trips or things like that to get people in. And they're constantly doing that to bring it in. You guys need to start thinking along that same way. What are you going to do different, and how can you promote that, and how can you duplicate that, and how can you bring that into action? So what we're going to do here is right now I'm going to share with you some of the tools that I'm using right now to build with, and most of you are familiar with it, but I really encourage everybody to sit down and to really think about their business. Lay out a business plan for yourself, and start thinking about the tools you have and how you are going to maximize those tools. All right. So we have a lot of different ways to do ads and a lot of different ways to promote, and here's the most prominent ways to promote your business, to get out there and get in front of people. You got your warm market. That's a given. You guys got your warm market. You should have an approach for your warm market. It should be a combination of sampling, information, and you should have a third-party source that you're working with in order to, an authoritative source that you're working with. But this is all about what do you do when you run out of friends. When you run out of friends, you've got to start aggressively marketing and start making new friends. New friends is just as simple as going down to the mall and shaking hands with people and handing out business cards. I guarantee if you went to a mall and started shaking hands with people, you probably get kicked out of the mall eventually. But you know what? You'll meet one or two people. And the thing is how many people does it take? If you think about the RAIN business or any of the networking business, generally 4 or 5 people in your organization is all it takes to give you a substantial income. 2 people in your business, if you have two successful reps in your business, I personally always look at a new distributor that comes to my business. If they're active, is always worth $1,000 a month. That's my key. That's what I'm used to seeing. Is that Every time I bring in a good distributor, a good working distributor, that distributor is worth a minimum of $1,000 a month or $12,000 a year in income. Now, it's a working distributor. So if I want to make $10,000 a month, I better go find 10 distributors. Now, with our opportunity with Rain, those things have a way to grow very rapidly. There are some people in our group right now that have already seen that. They have not done any major recruiting in the last year, and yet they're seeing their business grow and grow because the people down below them. Things do grow exponentially, and we're in a position where it's there. One of the things I tell my people that I come in with is, look, we want to find you two successful people. That's our goal. Remember, that you think about it, it's two, get two, get two. So what do I have to do that? We got Facebook ads, you got Google ads, you can get leads, and print ads. Now, think about this. On an average, whether I'm doing print ads, leads, Google ads, or Facebook, on an average, leads can cost a good quality lead. Even when I'm running on Facebook, I can get clicks all day long for 10, 15, 20 cents a click, but it takes 5, 10, 15, 20 clicks before I finally have somebody that actually is on my site. And then I have to talk to maybe 10 of those before I actually have somebody that's really interested. So my 20-cent clicks very soon turn into, in my ads, to $5, on an average of $5 for a good quality prospect. There's a lot of good lead sources out there you can get involved in. It's the same thing. But here's the deal. If, let's say it's costing me $5 to get a good quality person, but and let's say it takes me, but if I have a good quality person, statistically speaking, if I'm in front of good quality people, 20 people will give me one person that will come in and make me $500. But let's just say I have to talk to 100 people at $5. I made my $500. That gets us back to, I spend $500 to make $500, but in the long run, it makes me more money. So when you take a look at your promotions, you have the Facebook, Google leads, print ads. These are all things you look at. And when I look at a print ad, I want to know how many people I'm going to see my ad, what are my conversion rates, and these are all things that take time. Now, the good news is you guys don't have to really go out there and learn all that stuff, because we have within our group, myself included, we have people that have the experience. We can give you guidance along that line. And so as we start talking about this, and as I continue the trainings on down the road, which will be starting here next week, is this stuff will be moving forward. But in order to do all these, you've got to have tools out there to make it work. So let me just bring up my web page. And I'm going to open up the lines real quick.
You are now unmuted.
All right, do you guys still hear me? Can you see the page?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, we're on VIP. Is that correct?
No.
What do you guys see?
Conversion cost.
All right, let me.
There it is.
There you
Okay,
go. There's the issue.
Wow. Talk about slow. Because we got to figure you guys are all over the country. I got a major storm moving in, so. Well, it rains and pours, but we love the rain, don't we, guys?
Oh,
Yeah.
All right. Got to go ahead and mute it out, and we'll move forward.
You are now muted.
All right, look at. Guys, a couple of things. Number one, we are very blessed in our group that we have the VIP, which is free. Now, there are limitations with the VIP, but the good news is you can take this capture page that the VIP offers, and you can promote it. And quite a few of you are being brought in business. I know for a fact, if you take a look at Vance Alford, Vance has run some major ads, and he and a few of his select group have made money and brought people in just from running this ad. And again, let's take a look at this. Vance doesn't mind me using him as an example, but he's a platinum level. He has been running a major ad in a network marketing magazine. He and a few groups have been sharing, and they go through a ton of people, fill out the ads, and he gets people in. Now, the thing is, remember, we're in a funneling process. This is one ad. Now, I know in that magazine that he's advertising in, if you go out and get it, there's ways to co-op, but it does cost, like, I forget it. I think the last time I spent the ad, it cost me $800 to put an ad in that particular magazine for a little quarter-page ad. But the bottom line is I knew what numbers I would get, and I knew what my return was going to be. I knew my conversion. So I made my money right back again. But the VIP is definitely, it's free. Now, there are limitations to VIP. You can't make any changes. You can't personalize it. And it's one of those things that everybody else is out there using. So, but if you have a limited budget and you're looking for some way to promote, then there are ways to take this is a VIP, and there are ways to promote it, and there are ways to go on. There's some free things you can do on the internet and that, but it's very slow, very tedious, and it won't necessarily bring you back the return. But with that said, if you have the right plan, you can do this slow and tedious to start with, and then take the money that it earns and then start putting that into paid advertising, because paid advertising is definitely the best way to go if you want to grow your business and if you want to grow it in the big. And I know you take like Carl Humphrey is a good example. He had spent a lot of money. I know he ran ads in U.S. News Today, I believe, and brought in some major players along that line. He got in some major marketers. Why? When Carl went out, besides the fact he had connections in the industry, he knew players. He was able to bring the big boys in who were willing to spend the money in order to buy into their positions and what have you. So the Power Lead system is definitely, the VIP is definitely a program, and I use it. I use it in my group, and we use it in the web pages, because it is free. The downside, again, is we have no control of it, and periodically it goes kablooey. We've had things in the past where somebody's filled out the form and the information's gone to somebody else. But free is free, and you can only demand so much from a free service, okay? Now, with that, I'm going to get back into the gold prospect. Some of you have had experience with this in the past. Some of you are on it today, and there are changes that I'm using right now that make this more efficient. The gold prospector has made some definite upgrades in the back office, and right now with the coffee, it is presenting itself to it is now presenting itself to get more interactive. We're getting more people responding back, and I'm starting to put the package together to where you can start using the tools. Now, here's the advantage to using the Gold Prospector. Is number one is we have leads to put into the system. You have contacts. We have the ability, when you learn how to use the system, to put more advanced leads in there so you can do more quality. Now, remember, we have a $500 bonus on it at the end. You got a $500 check waiting for you when you bring in a quality player. I kind of figure on an average, you may spend. It all depends. It's time versus money. Right now, you put in free, you get started, you reinvest back into it. You maybe make some investments into better leads. You put it into the system and work it. The coffee is attracting people's attention, and the deliverability rate is there. But here's the key to the VIP that makes it good: is it now allows you to personalize it to where you can make it different. Remember, I said one of the things you want to have is you want to stand out to be different. There are a bunch of capture pages back there that I put into the Gold Prospector. Also, I've got new letters that are going in the back, and I have a complete way to market, and I'm going to be putting in a funnel system back in the Gold Prospector that will allow you to promote. But here's the key, guys, is you can now, here's Dan, who's one of my reps, is personalized. We now have, he can now, when he starts contacting people, not only does he have letters that are going out with his banner at the top, so his email's going out, we've got calls that he can make that will personalize this. We have the capture pages that are out there, and here's another capture page that have been personalized. Here's Dan, there's his picture. Dan also has, if you have this, we have the new RAIN information page out here, which has all the information, and it's personalized again. On top of this, when this page pops up, Dan has actually has his audio and picture where he's talking. So think about the flow of things that are going here. Is we are now in the Gold Prospector. If I come back, I don't know how fast this is going to show up on your guys' screen, but back in the Gold Prospector right now, there are well over 20 different informational capture pages and videos back there that you can use to give people information. Remember what I said before, when you bring somebody in, if you can show them tools that they can use to build their business, besides their warm market, this is what's going to attract, and there's a good dollar amount into it, this becomes a very attractive tool to have. And I am implementing funnel systems in this. So when those of you that are ready to step up and maybe do some other advertising and to do some more serious marketing both on Facebook advertising and some more of the advanced leads, you have the ability to do it, but you can springboard on this. Now, the beauty of this system is it's a couple different things. Number one, the basic package on this is still $29.95. You still get your 600 leads to start with. Now, it's not an ongoing month-to-month. That's got to come to an end because we're getting more and more people into this. But you will always be able to add additional leads in the future at roughly $20 for 600 leads when it goes there. But when you first get in, what I try to do is I get the 600 leads in there, we get you working them, and you start to learn the system. Now, here's the thing that is absolutely critical with this or any other system. When you put it into place, you got to use it. If you don't use it, it's not going to benefit you. But if you sit down, you make the phone calls, you go ahead, and you make the contacts, and you do the follow-up the way I'm suggesting you do it, you are going to find it. Think about this. Initially, you get started. We put 30 leads a day back in here. If you are super aggressive, and this is where you draw the plan, you sit there, and the phone numbers, most of the phone numbers that going back in this system are good phone numbers. The other thing I just recently discovered, most email addresses, you can trace these people and find them on Facebook. So we have an additional way to contact. Again, that's additional training. We also have a way to not only on Facebook, but you can find them on LinkedIn, and then you can send them out an email. Then you take and you send them out a personal email. You follow the system, and you make your phone calls. You do your follow-up. And what's nice on this is, and I'll go back and I'll show you back in my front office, for those of you that aren't familiar with this system, is this allows you to track. When you start doing advertising and you start promoting, tracking is key. You've got to be able to track your ads. So like if I'm running an ad and I'm posting it, and the capture pages back here are ads you can post, you can track. I can track messages. Like most of you will recognize your names up here, but I have people that have, I have right here. I just have a person that just came in on one of my one touches that I just put out there. Yeah, there's a person I can contact right now. I can give them a call right now. Came in at 1:32 p.m. If I stay on top of this, I can call them. But the beauty of the system is it's basically an hour a day. You contact 30 people, you contact your hot list, you contact your daily activities, you send out an email, and I've got pre-made letters back there that are offering the coffee. The coffee's the key. This is the game changer because we can offer people free coffee. Here's the other thing that I have, some of you have it, is I also have, as part of the funnel system, custom pages that are customized to you. First off, we have a very generic coming soon, or coffee's now available. This is a straight page right here, and this page right here can tie into your Gold Prospector. So if you want a page that you can promote an ad, we can tie it. Actually, I got this tied into VIP for people. Here's a place where you can take this ad and run it, and so you can contact me if you want just this. I'll make it set up in your VIP, and you'll have your initial capture pages that's different. What's nice about this is when it fills out, is it will go ahead and go right to a personalized page. And in this case, what it does is when I fill this out, do this. When I fill this page out, it goes right over to my new RAIN information page. Then I can turn around and I'll email them out a letter that I have that will offer them a free coffee, a free sample with information. So here, my recording that pops up on here, so it's a recording, and I do this for everybody that comes in and gets this page. There's a recording that's done. You get posted on here. Again, this is called branding. Here, my picture here, and an audio. Do you hear me? Come down here, got another picture, and then here's all the information. Everything here ties into RAIN. This is all RAIN information. There's nothing here that I've done. All this is all RAIN So every click that goes to it is rank compliant. This is also tied into the Gold Prospector as well. So these pages are completely compliant for running ads on Facebook because it has everything that's necessary. It has all the disclaimers, the marketing. So if you guys get these pages, you can actually, once you put them into your own domain name, you can run these ads without having any worry about being shut down by Facebook or Google Ads or anybody else because they are compliant for promoting. And they are not duplicated pages. They are all custom made. So it's not a duplicated page that's out there. Even though they look the same, they're not duplicated. Trust me, because when I build these things, it takes me a half hour to an hour to put the whole system together for everybody. But they're not really considered not replicated sites. They don't appear on replicated sites because there's a little variance on each one of these that makes them different out there. So it makes it a little different. Here's the thing, is what I want you to look at here. Let me bring this back up. The Gold Prospector is a tool that I use with my team. I use outside the team. We've got quite a few people in the groups out there. It is a flat fee of $29.95 a month, but here's what you get with that. Not only do you get all these additional tools, but you also get access to me. I have people right now that came in the Gold Prospector for one reason, so they could have somebody to work with when it came time to, because their upline wasn't strong enough or they didn't have an upline anymore because they left, and they needed somebody to do the three-way calls with, or they needed somebody to get advice from. A lot of you on this call, we're constantly talking. You're constantly asking me for information, and I'm available. Well, on the Gold Prospector, and full disclaimer, I mean, I make a little bit of money when you guys do this. I have bought this system. I've actually leased this system out through another company, and they allow me to put leads into. You normally can't do that. This is something I have out there. But the basic rate is $29.95. The $59 is more premium. You guys would never get involved in that until you start building a team, and that's another deal. If you are serious, the $129 includes the phone burner. If you guys haven't checked the phone burner out there, it's $149 a month just for the phone burner. I have a deal at $129. You guys get the phone burner, and that's an automatic dialing system. It will call your prospects for you while you're on the phone. We'll leave a message. We'll send an email. And then when a live person answers, you're right there to say hi to them. You can go through 60 leads an hour. And in that 60, if you do 60 leads an hour on the system, you're going to talk to 2 or 3 people live, and everybody else is going to get an email and a message. And you just think if you did that every hour, every day, if you kind of made 60 phone calls a day, you let the system do it, how that add. Again, this gets into the investment. Because think about this. It's $129.95 a month for the dialing system. But if you just spent an hour a day on the phone and just did that only and let the system work for you, and then spend the rest of your time, the extra hour or 2 a day, doing your follow-up work, you'll be more than busy, and it's just a matter of time before you'll start having 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 people, in at the $2,500 level. Next thing you know, you got a team going. And the beauty of this is that, especially if you're using the dialer, I always recommend somebody come in for 90 days. You come in, if you're going to be serious and you want the leads, I'll give you the leads to call. It's not an issue there. At the $129, you do it for 90 days, then you drop right down to the $29.95, and you've got your team built up, and you're helping them. You'll never need to call or dial another person again. That's where I'm at. I don't need to call anybody. I've got plenty of people to work with right now. But if you're just building, this is a tool. Now, think about this. What are we different? What's the extra bonus? Why are we, when we approach people with a business, what makes us different? Well, if you have a system, and believe me, if you sit down and you are trying to bring somebody into your business, you're trying to get, and you are sharing them with them the benefits of getting the products, and then you are showing them how with their work, and this is the emphasis, they have to put the work in. You can't do it for them. But if you give them the tools, then they can go ahead and build their business. It's just like farming, guys. I can give you the tractor, I can give you the hoe, I can give you the seeds, I can give you the shovel, and everything else. But if you don't go work that field, plant that, and tend it, and nurture it over the growing season, you starve. You spend millions of dollars buying everything you need to run a farm, but if you don't go out there and put the blood, sweat, and tears that's necessary to build that farm, you're not going to make a dime. But if you go out there and you do that, you can reap the benefit, because if you have a successful farm, it comes back to you tenfold, and you do it again and again and again. The beauty about us is that with networking, that's why we're here. is that once you build a solid business, and I personally, and a lot of people in our group, have built other businesses in the past that we're still getting business today from and residual income. Rain International gives us that opportunity. It's about putting the tools together. The advantage of the Gold Prospector, if you get involved in that, is that, A, I'm putting together a funnel system. I'm still building on it. The system's going to grow. And then with this, we'll be tying it into other additional marketing. So when you guys build to the point where you got money coming in, you can make more investments and keep moving it forward. But it is an invaluable tool to use. So you have the VIP. If you're not on it, you need to use it. Gold Prospector, obviously, if you want to get into the training, have the pages and get involved in there. I am starting to record a whole new series of trainings, and we're going to do weekly training, so you now have the input of having the group. And here's what's nice with our group is we have when the group gets together, it actually moves things exponentially. So when we start getting together as a group, it will start to, we start sharing information. We can co-op together. There's a whole bunch of things that can happen as groups get together. There's power in numbers, and so in a lot of cases, what will happen is I will do a small test first, and I'll do the trial run to see how well something works. And I'll come back and say, hey guys, we can bring in this many leads, and this is what it's going to cost us to do it, and you'll get the return back on that. But with the coffee is definitely the game changer in order to move this forward. All right, look at if you guys. Let me just put this up here real quick. For those of you out there, I'm going to open up the line here.
You are now unmuted.
All right, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, can you see the screen with my email address?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, look, if you guys need to get a hold of me, I know there's going to be a lot of people on the recording, and if you don't, my email address is right there. It's Halstead48. I have a research site called training.tosuccess.us. You guys go there. There's all kinds of information back there. I'm adding more to it. Also, if you want to get into the Gold Prospector, you can click on there. If you want to learn more about the personalized pages I have, the third one there, the Rain Business page, .tosuccess, can tell you more about that. And, of course, contact me if you want to learn more about this system. Now, quite a few of you on this call are already in the Gold Prospector. Understand, starting next week, I'm probably going to do it on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'm probably going to try to do it mid-afternoon because that's when I have my highest energy levels. But they all will be recorded and posted back in the training because there will be a training office in the back. I've already got a ton of information back there. I've got the stuff we did back 2 years ago back in the system, but I'm upgrading everything and changing it over because we are starting to see some results. I mean, people are filling out the coffee capture page right now, and with that, they get their special coffee letters and information and things like that. I just see a lot of ways to go with the tools. The other thing that's critical on this is that even if you're working your warm market, what are you sharing with them? I have all the tools. I have all the videos, things back there, and people do not read today. Videos is where it is for marketing. All the pages, probably one of the downsides of our Rain pages out there. It's way too much words in there, not enough videos. The videos don't start up. You need a place to send it, and you got to keep it in short bites in order to get people to grow. Then you got to have the business meetings to bring people in, and we'll be starting those up here probably next month. I will, and I'm going to recruit a few other people to come in, where as a team, we will be doing our own type of closing calls, and our emphasis is going to be on the large package, and it will make sense. That people will understand when we get down why they need to move forward along that line. So as we build up this group, and those you want to participate, that's you got to get the personalized in that. Now, so if you guys, again, in the Gold Prospector, that allows you to come in. The VIP is there, and anybody that's on this call, even if it's recorded, you can get whether you're in the Gold Prospector or not, it's totally irrelevant to me. You guys are always free to call me. Most of you know that I will get back with you without any issues. You wind up leaving a message. usually will give you a call back within minutes after you call me, unless it's a break or in the middle of the evening or night or something like that. But I always call you the next day at the latest. And of course, if you don't hear back from me, pick up the phone, give me a call again. It doesn't happen too often, but it's been known to. That's it, guys. I hope you found some value in what we did here. But I'm going to go ahead and cancel the recording here. Stop that.